Should be subbing number 5 says, I want a big Pan African cookout like this. Let's go to what is being discussed here. Again, if you want to join us for the last prompt of the night, Sister Raw gives the fire emojis as well. If you want to join us for the last prompt of the night, that'll be great. Just click the link pinned to the top of the chat, and you will be added to the panel as well. So, should be something on 5. I want a big Pan African cookout like this. Takes us to this tweet from the Cake Lady. I like her on Twitter. She says, we need to make this happen. Where are you from? And what are you bringing? So the same thing is for the chat. Where are you from? And what are you bringing? Let's watch the video.
I can't hear what she's saying.
Oh, is that true for all of you?
Yes.
I can't hear anything either.
All right, give me a second. For some reason I can't stop the damn video. All right, give me a second. Let me reshare. Again, that's a StreamYard thing. That's not my thing, but make sure you guys can see my screen now. Yeah, my apologies, guys. I'm working on the sound now. There's something going on strange here. Hold on a second. Let me stop sharing. Let me stop sharing, and let me share it again. You know, when I host, there's gonna be some technical difficulties. So, the Rico Coop in the chat says, Walter Rodney, how Europe underdeveloped Africa. Wow, this is interesting. Lawson says, I'm bringing potato salad and collards because everybody knows you can't just eat anybody's. And Rico says he's bringing to the cookout Walter Rodney's how Europe underdeveloped Africa. You guys keep them rolling. Sister Raw, Matron, Trigger, what are you guys bringing that represents you? Let's try to play this video again.
Something on the grill today. Everybody. Who all gonna be over here? I just told you everybody gonna be over here. Come on by, baby. Now, what kind of Negro are you? Are you WhatsApp black, or are you box Chevy Cutlass black? You talking about the black breads? Oh no, we specifically asked them not to bring nothing, baby. Please, just bring your presents. Don't bring nothing from out your kitchen. Okay, you Kenyan. I knew you was. You got a real slenderness about yourself, so I knew you was Kenyan. I knew you played soccer because I seen your legs. You need protein. Give him some of that potato salad. Plenty of food for everybody. Who made the macaroni and cheese? Oh, we did. The Black American department made it. Don't do that now. Them good people over there. You better hush before they come over here and dirty wine all across the back of your head. Y'all can go over there and start frying that fish. Go over there and do it by the South Carolinians, or either do it by the Louisiana people. The Dominicans are over there. You can't tell which ones? The ones in the white pants, the slim fit white pants. That's them right there. Right. You can't tell the difference, but that's them. I appreciate you bringing it. You brought Jola. Thank you. I knew you Nigerian. Well, are you? Oh, okay. Well, I just had to ask, make sure. Well, I got plastic on the furniture just in case if you are and you don't want to tell me. So I got everything laid out. And so you take the fruit and then you dip it in the water. And the water so blue. Thank you so much. I appreciate you bringing that. Was that griot? Thank you. Thank you. Did you bring some banana pesa? That's all I'm saying. That's why I rock with you. For real. Cut out all that damn fighting out here. Because I don't want to hear it. Make y'all asses go to bed right now. Everybody going home. Cut it out. Oh, they about to cut a rug out there. They got them Ethiopian kids out there doing it. Shoulder shit that they be doing. And then them Chicago kids over there doing that foot stuff that they be doing. Everybody out there dancing in cursive. It's a party. It's a synthetical. I wear my hard wigs when we have like a cousin's party. I save my good wigs for when it's a Black American party. Community is much harsher with wig judgment than the rest. Y'all go in the bathroom, okay? Thank y'all for coming. I appreciate y'all being here.
And you know what? I appreciated that video. She was funny, but she also was pointing out the different variations of African people around the world at this supposed cookout. You know, when I think of like Pan-Africanism and Black nationalism, etc., I've long wondered how come there's no like conscious comedian? At least I can't think of, unless you're with Uma, but I can't think of a real conscious comedian. It'll be nice to have that. It'll be nice to have like people like that who bring humor. Well, I guess, well, he's not conscious, but you could say he's Pan African. Major Hype, he does all those impressions with different African peoples around the world. But it'll be nice. Actually, he is a comedian and he is funny too, so he might be one. But you know, it would be nice to kind of have this kind of thing around more. You know what I mean? Culture education say Godfrey. Godfrey is conscious. Does he do conscious comedy? I don't know, but he's a conscious brother for sure. Let me just go through some of the comments before I throw it to the panel. You guys, the panels will also tell me what you're bringing to the cookout. Let me go back. Wow, a lot of you have something to say. Rico says, I'm frying fish. Okay. Trigger says, I bring bofrot. Am I pronouncing that right, Trigger? I bring bofrot. Ghanaian donut that's like a ball shape. Many African countries have the snack, but in a different name. So is it a dessert? Just trying to be clear. Or is it like a samosa? Lot of Slaughter says, bad red bone with a fedora. Yeah, that sister was lovely as well. Sister Ross says, she'll bring the healing herbs. We know what that means, and I appreciate that too, Sister Raw. Dorico says he's going to catch, clean, and cook. Matron says she's bringing the 7-Up and lemon-flavored pound cake. Hey, man, I don't mind a little lemon-flavored pound cake from time to time. A lot of Slaughter says, asks if I have heard of Kirby. I think I did run across Kirby on Instagram. He says she's the new Erica Badu. I'll check out some more. Lawson says them Sudanese be doing that snake dance. The Rico says steppers from Chicago. Right? What else? Let me go through. Trigger says, I kept saying over and over, we need to unify African spirituality all together because that's how we become a cultural unit. The Muslims did it. We can do it too. I appreciate that. I think there's a couple of more comments I'll get to in a second. But let me mix it up this time. Let me start with Jose. Jose, what are your thoughts on that video? As well as what would you bring to the Pan-African Cookout?
I would bring to the Pan-African Cookout some grog, like that's rum from sugarcane to burn those to have people talking like this sister. I had to close my eyes to complete the sister part. If you understand what I'm saying. But she made me feel warm inside, man. I love the video. I love the video very much. But yeah, I would bring grog and pastei and some fish to throw on the flames. and I would not bring cachupa, our national plate, because to me that's yeah, it's the leftovers thrown in a pot for the slaves, you know. So no, I'm not very proud of our national plate. But yeah, pastei. I believe in the Caribbean they make it the same. It's like it can be anything folded into dough, I believe you call it, and then thrown in the oil, and it's like a snack. And you can put fish in it, meat, lots of variations of snacks to put it simply. So yeah, for me, grog, pastei, and some fish to throw on the flames. And again, I love this. I very much loved the. I very much loved the video. It literally made me feel warm inside. I love to see that. I love to see that happening everywhere where we are. I mean, most countries are multicultural. It's nonsense that everybody claims to be the most multicultural. The Brits, the Dutch, Americans, everybody is the most multicultural. But yeah, in those places, I wish that this would happen, and in the same warmth as the sister brought it. So laugh together, spend time together, eat together. Yeah, intermarry. Yes, I would love to see that.
Good stuff, Joe said. That thing you just that dish you described with the dough and it can have meat in it and fried. That sounds like something we call fritters back home. Fritters. I would bring conch fritters from the Bahamas, and
Yeah,
I
yeah,
would.
yeah. We also it's either cold, made at home, or made in place, but we call it pastei, pastei.
Nice, 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 nice. And you know what I'd bring? This is the real thing I'd bring. I'd bring gin and coconut water. That's a Bahamian. That's a heavy Bahamian thing. Um, Jacadero. A lot of Soda mentioned that snake dance, and Jacadero's in the chat. He says, I tried doing that snake dance the other week at a function, and let's just say it's harder than it looks. That's funny. Um, I saw something else someone had said. Derico says, love that Memphis juking. Went to college with a brother named Wet Money. Look at him juking. He says he'll bring high life music from Ghana from 1968 to 1982. That's dope. He says he'll bring South African house music. I haven't tapped into South African house music. I gotta do that. He said he'll bring Nigerian Afrobeat. Culture Education says he'll bring. Boy, I'm gonna butcher this, but Chontaduro. Can you tell me? I don't have access right now. Can you tell me or tell us what Chontaduro, and if I'm pronouncing it anywhere near correct? There's a few other comments. I'll get to them after I hear from Brother Bakari. Brother Bakari, what say you about the video, and then what would you bring to the Pan African Cookout?
Hey man, that video was funny. She made it great. She did a good job. I'm from the SIP, so I'm gonna bring a little. I'm gonna bring some bush meat and some buffalo fish. Some of y'all ain't most people ain't heard of buffalo fish. Lord of Slaughter might know what it is, cause he from down south. But I don't know about Black Steel being from Florida. He might. But that's what I bring. I'm gonna get me some go on Instagram and look at them coon boys. Bring y'all some coon cooked in the oven, smothered with sweet potatoes. Then drop in some of that buffalo fish for you. That's what I'm gonna bring.
I'm curious about that buffalo fish. I've never heard about that before. Uh, Do you fry that? Do you fry it dry like how you fry like snapper and stuff, or how do you prepare it?
We do it in meal. Yeah, you fry it, bat it in the meal. It's very good, man. You make you cut them. They have like you can make like ribs out of them. But the thing about it, it's a white meat fish and a dark meat fish at the same time. Well, Sister Raw might know about it because I know she say she be Mississippi, so she might know about the buffalo fish. But it's a white meat fish and a dark meat fish at the same time. You on the same. You be eating it. Some of it white, some of it dark. You make buffalo ribs out of it.
Man, that's amazing. I had never heard about that before. We'll see if Black Steel heard about it in a second. Lord of Salt says he'll bring a big bonfire at dusk so the elders can share old tales from Africa, the Caribbean, and here in America. I like it. He said he'll bring drumming lessons. I like that. One thing, Lord of Salt, I noticed, like even in New York, when there's some kind of African celebration, there's usually someone showing kids or something how to hit the djembe or something like that. So he said he'll bring go-go music. That's cool too. Culture Education says he's bringing. Boy, it's out the mud. I'm gonna fuck this up, but he's bringing Curulao and Bulurenge music. I gotta look that up. Curulao, I'm probably butchering it, and Bulurenge music. You guys on the panel, let me know if you ever heard about it before. He said Chontaduro is called peach palm in Trinidad. It's a palm fruit. Okay. Provide triggers for evolution says I would bring some African-centered mental health professionals to begin the conversation on cultural unity. That's dope. I got to keep these things in mind for Juneteenth next year. That's dope.
So he's bringing Umar.
Yeah, the provide triggers is she. She's gonna bring Umar.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Rico says he's had it. I think he's talking about that buffalo fish. He says it's good. Sister Raw says she's not eating anything with blood in it ever. Yeah, we get that, Sister Raw. You bring the herbal supplements. We'll appreciate that just the same. With that said, man, Black Steel, you've heard everything everyone else had to say. What say you about the video? And what all would you bring to the cookout?
Well, good video, very, very uplifting. I'm bringing some red velvet cake, man. I love red velvet cake. So that's what I would bring. So everybody's talking about meat and whatnot. So I'm going to bring some dessert. So I'm going to bring a slice of one of my mom's red velvet cakes. I'm sure it'll be the best cake you've ever had in your life, and you can thank me later.
Real quick, well, while I have some of you guys here, even Jose can respond for his version. What's the African in America? What's the preferred dessert? Is it cobbler, or is that just a regional thing down south, like across the whole area, the U.S.? What's the dessert everyone is big on?
It's definitely a regional thing because we have peach cobbler here, butter pecan ice cream, whatever varieties of pound cake. It really just depends on where you are. The 7-Up cake. What's the one cake that they have?
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry, Black. Is 7-Up cake made with 7-Up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Pecan pie, so many different things. I don't think this is a trying to think. Yeah, pecan pie. Shoot, you're making me hungry now.
I was just about to say that Black Steel. It's you can tell Black Steel really love his desserts.
Dude, I do have a sweet tooth. Yes.
You can tell you really love his desserts.
I like what Matron says. She says, "Ain't nobody ever mad at a pound cake." I could see that. I could see that. I myself, I really do like a pound cake too. I can see that. You know, it's funny. Black Steel mentioned uh, butter pecan ice cream. I saw a post just today where it was talking about how, I guess, Africans in America, the enslaved and otherwise, they couldn't eat vanilla ice cream, and so or they couldn't eat it, and maybe they had a 1 day of the year where they could buy it, but they couldn't be seen eating it in public, so they had to. So they came up with the idea of adding butter and pecans, and that's where the butter pecan is. Am I crazy, or is that a thing? Black Steel.
I heard that. I don't know if that's true or not, but I have heard that legend before.
Bakari, have you ever heard that before?
I never heard it, but I'm willing to bet you it's true.
Yeah,
I'm willing to bet you it's true.
yeah, because I remember hearing something like this was many years ago. I remember hearing something like the reason why black folks tended to like chocolate ice cream so much was because they weren't allowed to eat vanilla. I heard that years ago. And when I was a kid, I absolutely loved chocolate ice cream. I can't stand it now, but I used to love it. But it's interesting. Jose, what's the big dessert from your country?
Well, the dessert, literally after dinner, we eat fruit. That's the typical dessert. But we have a lot of sweet snacks. We have a lot of different sweet snacks, like uh, yeah, it's almost jam from papaya, but it's eaten as candy, and the same. It looks the same, but it's hard, from coconuts. It's also jam, but like a rock. We have suzude. That's some large cookies, and it's soft. It's almost cake, but it's not soft as cake. But it's called suzude. Suzude is quiet. So they call it suzude because it doesn't make no sound if you bite in it, or if you snap off a piece. We have yeah, a lot, too much to mention, and a lot of it I don't even know the name, but we are sweet tooths, and but not as dessert, more like snacks.
So
Appreciate that.
what y'all know about this one? Look this one up. Better than sex cake. Now that shit go hard.
I've heard that before. What's in that, Bakari?
It's the original Better Than Sex Cake. I can give you backstory. The original Better Than Sex Cake. My mom and one of her friends created that cake and actually was in her cake in her cookbook, her friend cookbook. It's like vanilla cake. It have yellow cake, vanilla pudding. You have bananas. You have it's layered. You have Cool Whips, and you have nuts on the top.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay, I'm learning some stuff here. But by the way, the big dessert from where I'm from, I would probably say is something called guava duff. You guys probably all know what a guava is because there's an American guava. We make this thing. It's almost like a guava jam that's rolled in and kind of layered in some dough. It's two ways to make it. You can make it more like a cake, like a jelly roll. You can make like a jelly roll, and then you add this buttercream sauce with rum in it over the top. Or my grandmother and them are from a smaller island, so they made it by boiling it. It's like guava jam, almost you could say, with rum, milk, and like a dough. It's almost like a dumpling, but it's sweet. It's really good. Um, but man, it's amazing to hear all these different things. Like you guys, like Black Steel, you're making me hungry. Anthony says peanut butter cake. Never heard of peanut butter cake. That's almost criminal. I've never heard about that. Uh, Anthony
That's
says we call it,
Louisiana.
huh?
That's some Louisiana stuff. Got to be.
Anthony says we call it socket to me cake.
Yeah, he talking
Uh,
about the better than sex cake. Yeah.
yeah. Uh, yeah. Wine cake. I've never known about wine cake. That's interesting. Cultured education mentioned something earlier that I'm familiar with. Coconut drops, peanut cake, as we call it. I think in the States they may call it peanut brittle or something like that. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff that we would enjoy. This is why we gotta come together, guys. We gotta bring all these different types of desserts and foods and herbal remedies and drumming and all this type of stuff together, man. This is why we gotta really come together. And we can do that just amongst us here. We could travel, we could come together, we could meet somewhere and bring a little taste to home if possible. So let's talk about that more over the coming weeks, man. Uh, Before everyone leaves the panel and the chat, y'all do me a favor in the chat as well. Drop your shout out for the week. What are your shout outs for this week? I'm not going to go down the line. I'm going to start with Black Steel. Black Steel, what's your shout out this week?
Shout out to Juneteenth. I don't care what the y'all say. Shout out to Juneteenth, man. Our ancestors experienced hell on earth and they survived it. So much respect to the ancestors who went through hell and made it through. So shout out to them and everybody who's celebrating.
Appreciate that. Black Steel. Black Steel, you've been seeing the when I do when I cut up the shorts after these videos, the algorithm, because AI does a lot of that cutting up, the algorithm pulls up a lot of your stuff. I try to tag you in all of it. Do you
Yeah, I do see that.
All right. Good. With that said, Brother Bakari, what would you like to shout out this week?
Black Steel stole my thunder, but I'm gonna shout out Juneteenth. Everybody who celebrated Juneteenth. And I'm just going for sure. I'm gonna shout out your panel. Everybody that's on the panel and the chat. And you know what? I'm going for shout out Black people as a whole, man. Black people as a whole. Most definitely the Pan Africans who are trying to make things better. That's my shout out this week.
Appreciate you as always, Brother Bakari. Joseph, what would you like to shout out this week?
Well, Juneteenth, and in the vibration of topic number 5, may we see some shots of Juneteenth celebrations where soccer supporters join in. So African soccer supporters join in to the Juneteenth celebration. I'm looking forward to shorts or even long videos of that. Yeah, shout out to Juneteenth.
Absolutely. That's a good idea. My shout out this week. Well, you know what? Hold on. Let me just read the shout outs in the chat. A lot of starters says shout out Congo with their outfits. They come in too clean, man. Again, this ain't shoot the breeze off the dock. But did y'all see the Haitian lady at World Cup. The Congolese lady, there were some twins. Where were they from again? Was it Congo? I can't remember where the twins were from, but shout them out. Dorico says Juneteenth is his shout out. Jacadero says shout out to Iran, about to get paid $300 billion. Whoa. Oh, and shout out to the African Caribbean World Cup teams. Absolutely appreciate that, Jacadero. Culture Education says shout out to Ghana for their win. Provide Trigger says let's all meet in Brooklyn. Provide Triggers, are you in Brooklyn? It sounds like you're in Brooklyn. You should link up. Same thing with Kofi as well. Anthony says big up to Ghana. Trigapi says shout out to all the black teams in the World Cup who put in an effort to showcase our talent on the global stage. Ghana had that win even when I was criticizing. LOL. He says we go against England next. Provide Trigger says invite Diallo to the panel next time. You know what? I'll do that. Who else gave a shout out? Montasol says shout out to the Zulus going against their own for the xenophobia. So shout out to them as well. My shout out, I have 3. My shout out, first of all, is Juneteenth. I know we can be a little over the top with some celebrating stuff, but there's times where we do need to remember and to educate. I would just say we can direct Juneteenth to be a little bit more informational, if you will. My second shout out to all the fathers, all the African men who are fathers. We, of course, don't need a day to celebrate us, but it is nice that we can be remembered, even though we're going to do all the damn work tomorrow to celebrate our day. But shout out to all the African men who are stand-up men and taking care of their families and the children and teaching them something. And my last shout out is to all of those tethers that won the Nexa championship for the first time in over 50 years. The Knicks last won 3 years before I was born. And they won it right around my birthday. I just celebrated my 50th birthday the other day. They won it right around that time. So shout out to the tethers who brought it home for the Knicks. We will be back next week. Make sure to come through, tune in, vibe with us. Let us know what you like to discuss via the Discord. So if you're not on the Discord, join the Discord today. Navigate to the Shoot the Breeze topics and post your topic. Post a topic as well as a video or a tweet or an image that supports the topic that you want us to discuss. Next week, I imagine it'll be Jacadero hosting. If not, it'll be me, of course. You guys be good in the meantime. Let's keep this idea of Juneteenth for next year's celebration. Let's keep this. Let's try to build on this idea. In the meantime, you guys be good. Peace.
Thanks for listening to the Bitter Medicine Podcast with your host, Cookout. If you like what you just heard, we hope you pass along our web address, bittermedicineblogs.com, to your friends and colleagues, and share our show to all your social media. Be sure to check out our archive section on our website for previous podcasts. This has been a KWAZ radio production. Join us next time for another session of the Bitter Medicine Podcast. Follow us on Facebook at Bitter Medicine Show, Twitter, Bitter Meds, Tumblr, Bitter Meds, Instagram, Bitter Medicine.